And now TSPN is proud to present Insights on Leadership and Life with your host, Roberta Pickett.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Insights on Leadership and Life. I'm your host, Roberta Pickett, Leadership and Life Coach, and tonight we are going to be talking about fitness and wellness. It's a topic that means a lot to me, especially because over the last 3.5 months, I've lost over 20 pounds and 17.5 inches, and it's helped me to change my perspective on myself, on my aging self, if you will. So I've brought in to talk with us this evening 3 experts on fitness and wellness, and that means fitness of the body as well as the mind. So with me tonight to talk about that are 2 Denises and a Melissa. So we'll see if I can get this right. So Denise Schaad, Denise Williams, I did that again.
It's a lovely
last name. Somehow I got it in my head. So Denise Williams, thank you so much, and Melissa Granchi. So welcome to all 3 of you, and we are going to be talking about how fitness and wellness fits into the bigger piece of life. Our bodies are our temple, and it's inside these shells that we do all our living, and whether it's thinking or growing or learning or loving or evolving. So how do we use this body to the best of its ability and our ability to make things different? So let's hear a little bit about who you guys are and how you fit into this fitness and wellness perspective. Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Oh, all eyes on you,
Let's make it
Melissa.
clockwise.
Okay.
All right, we'll go clockwise.
So Melissa, who are you? And how'd you get here?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you, Roberta, for this opportunity to have this conversation
You're welcome.
and to meet new people.
Yeah.
It's always wonderful, so I appreciate that. I was thinking about what I would say at this particular moment, and I think the biggest thing that came to me was I have had a commitment to health and wellness probably for about the past 20 years. It's been for myself, and then it's also naturally extended to the people that I love. Mm-hmm. And that has fueled me to become interested more in psychology, which then ultimately helped me move towards a master's degree in psychology to become a marriage and family therapist. And that, of course, fits into wellness in a variety of ways. And then I noticed, I was thinking, I've been a student of yoga probably for about 20 years as well. And then at some point during that period, I decided to teach it because it was an opportunity to offer back to the world again in another capacity. Mm-hmm. And I found that psychology and yoga really go well together. Mm-hmm. I was very excited about that. And so that has been kind of my journey, which brings me to now. And I do practice both of these things where we live currently, and they continue to bring so much to myself and the people that I love. So it's been really a great journey in that regard.
So the accent is from Wisconsin?
Yes.
Yes.
And I can't even tell you how I got here. No, I could, but it would take the whole show to do it. It's a very long journey.
Moved west.
Yes.
And you were in the Sacramento area for a while?
Yes, that was the most recent place that I've been for my education and for my husband's education. And then we ended up here for his work. So you are an Amador County person now? Yes.
Here in the county?
Yes, upcountry.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Me too. Well,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank
and
you.
welcome to the county.
Thank
It's
you.
good to have you. And there is a great community of women in particular, I'll say, that I've made in the upcountry, but all across the county. Mm-hmm. People who are really looking for ways to just become more of who we are. And I think that, to me, that's what this topic is really a lot about. So welcome, Melissa.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So Denise Williams. I apologize again.
Oh,
Sorry
no,
about
that's fine. It's funny.
So tell us about you.
Well, I'm an integrative nutrition health coach, and I arrived at this place starting back well over 20 years ago. I used to bodybuild, And I've always been so passionate about fitness, health, nutrition. It's always been there. I'm just a geek about it. And things were going great, and I was a bodybuilder for several years, but a back injury just stopped me dead in my tracks. Gone. And I was actually one day carrying 2 bags of dog food. They were 40 pounds each, and I was right here. And my lower back just gave way, and I had a vertebrae that turned and slipped out of place and took a disc with it. And I had to call for help. I couldn't walk. And anyway, I was stuck in bed for a couple months. My children were small, and they would be in school. My husband would be at work. And so during the day, if I wanted something to eat, I had to get out of bed and crawl. Wherever I had to go, I had to crawl. I couldn't stand. That meant that I couldn't stand in the kitchen and cook my healthy meals that I used to.
Right.
So, but I thought I was doing okay, because I would crawl to the pantry and I would pull out things that I thought were really healthy, like whole wheat crackers, rice cakes. I mean, these things are good for us, right? Isn't whole wheat good for us? And so I would try to nourish myself that way. Well, shorten the story. After physical therapy and drugs and all kinds of things, nothing worked to fix my back. I was told I would need surgery. And talking to several people, I realized that wasn't something I wanted to do. No one seemed to have anything good to say about it. So I went back to my bodybuilding principles, and through time I got my back strength. And
you got your back back.
I got my back. I was going to say that. I thought, well, that's kind of weird.
No, I like it.
And so I overcame that. But here I am. I'm upright. I'm doing this. I'm exercising. I'm doing all these things. But I have an extra 50 pounds now. And it won't come off. I now have these health issues that I didn't have before. I had depression and anxiety. Where did that come from? I struggled with hypoglycemia, all kinds of health issues, and they just weren't resolving, even though I was still doing all the things that were, quote, healthy. I was still following those nutrition, the scientists and the research that was coming out. I was doing all these things, but it wasn't working. I can't get rid of the weight. And so anyway, as time went on, I just stuck with it. And the new science and research was coming out, and it just turned this information upside down. And when I started applying that, boom, the weight came off, my health issues went away, I got my health back, I got my body back, I got my energy back.
And I would imagine that your story is the story of many women.
Exactly.
And men, for that matter. I mean,
exactly.
Many people who have some health issue that happens, and everything seems to fall apart, and then they think, it's like, now what?
Yeah. And so many times people think it's their fault. They don't have enough
Right.
willpower or something like that. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to share and get into this space of coaching people and sharing this information and helping them.
Well, good, because as we get into the topic, I really do want to hear more, because I think what you gave that clue is you thought you were eating healthy, right?
Yeah.
And the learning process is still, there's still an opportunity for people to learn more about what to eat and what not to eat.
Right.
And how to apply it. So,
Yes.
Great, thank you, and welcome, Melissa. My
You can
goodness.
call me whatever
Melissa
you like.
Williams. Okay, it's Denise Williams, and that's the third time. If I repeat it enough, I'll get it, and I'm blushing here.
No.
My gosh. Oh gosh. Well, another Denise. Thank you, Denise. So, Denise Schaad, how about you?
Well, I could say that fitness, I owned a personal training studio here in Jackson. I've been
Bodies in Balance.
Bodies in Balance. I've been here for 8 years.
Great.
And my fitness journey began early in life. I've been athletic since early teens, 16. And fitness has always been a very intricate part of my life. Raced mountain bikes for about 10 years. And then I've had a lot of different trials and tribulations around my life, and exercise has always been the saving grace, I think. When I would go out and ride my bike for 5-6 hours at a time, that was my state of meditation.
Yeah, it was exercise, but it was really for a different reason you were doing it.
Right,
Yeah.
I was was raising a family at the time, so it was a way for me to be with myself. And whether I recognized it or not, yeah, I was meditating.
Right.
And so, as this topic that you chose, I think is a perfect topic for the process that I'm going through in changing the business. I think fitness is important. It's a foundation of our well-being. But I think also when we look at wellness and well-being, we're talking about something more inside job. And I think that through my years of exercising, it took me in.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a natural thing that happened through
We're going
fitness.
to get to a lot more of that, and I
Perfect.
know we've sort of run out of time for this, but we'll get more back to that as we come back into our next segment.
Perfect.
And get into more specifics about what you have. So welcome to Melissa and Denise. And let's take a quick break while we hear from our sponsors.